Hi everybody, I'm Ahmed, and in this video I'm reviewing the Body-Solid Fusion F600 Multi-Gym. Now Body-Solid is a company that's been around for over 30 years. They actually specialize in producing workout equipment for both residential and the commercial space as well. Something I really like about Body-Solid is for all of their pieces of equipment on their website, they actually have, aside from pictures, they have very detailed videos that show all the different exercises that you can do on the pieces of machine, except this one. When I bought this unit, it was during the height of COVID. Gyms were on lockdown. Everybody was on lockdown. So I was looking for something that would really carry me over. I wasn't sure if it was something I'd keep it for a long time or if it was something that I would just have just to carry me over through the COVID period. I knew that I needed a good piece of equipment to actually use to work out, get a full workout in. When I bought this on Amazon. It was, at the time, it was $3,400. I think now you could buy it for about, from the fitness factory, for about maybe $3,900 or so. So it's not a cheap piece of equipment, but it is so sturdy and so high quality that it's worth it. Now, for when I bought this 2 years ago, it actually, for almost a year, it was my main piece of equipment. It was my only piece of equipment. It was before I bought the rack. It was before I bought the Power Tech unit. I had this and a set of power block dumbbells, and I was still getting some really, really incredible workouts during the lockdown. It truly covered me. Body-Solid sells this unit with a 210-pound stack as well as a 310-pound stack. I bought the 310-pound stack option, but to be honest, I think that it would have been nice to have something around in the middle, like a 250 or 260 pounds. With the 310-pound stack, you get 15-pound weight increments, and it would have been nice to have some micro adjustments or smaller adjustments. I do use adder weights, especially if I'm doing like a single side, like one arm or something like that. But I think something in the middle would have been nicer. I'm not sure why this unit's not offered with that option, so I opted for the 310 pounds just to kind of cover me and be able to grow into it. Plus, I've been working out for over 20 years. I think with some exercises, I just needed the additional weight there. It's hard for me to say if this unit's actually better than some of the equipment that you would see at a commercial gym, because there are so many pulleys. You feel a little bit of slack. It's a heavy unit. I think it's like 800 pounds. So you're not going to feel so much shaking. Every now and then, a little bit of movement. But it's part of Body-Solid's commercial line. So it does have the lifetime warranty. It is meant to be used on a regular basis. I don't think you would ever see this unit at a true commercial gym like Gold Gym or 24-Hour Fitness, but you would see it in a place like an office gym or an apartment complex that has a gym. That's where you'd see something like this. Eventually got to a point where this actually became my main unit. I don't go to the commercial gym as much as I used to now, especially when I bought more equipment. I've enjoyed being the convenience of working out from home. I'm able to get everything I need with all the equipment here, and especially this Body-Solid unit. So if we look at the different stations that this unit has, you'll see a couple of things. It has 5 different workout stations. Starting with the top, you have your high pulley, and then you have your press arms or multi-press. You have functional training arms, row station, and then your leg extension and leg curls. You're able to adjust the machine in different ways. All of the things are several different adjustment points, so it really makes it easy to kind of fit in your body and actually get into it. But I'll go into some more detail here about it. Something that is missing is a dedicated low pulley, and I really wish Body-Solid would have included one somewhere on this unit, because I was hoping to do like closed grip rows or standing bicep curls, and I'm not able to do it. Technically, you could do it with the functional training arms, but there is a caveat, and I'll get into that when I go into more details here about each station. But when you start off at the top, obviously with the high pulley, they ship it with a lat pull down bar, but also a closed grip bar. I genuinely really like the high pulley in this one. I'm 6 feet. I've never had any kind of range issues. It's not as high as the commercial pieces at a commercial gym, but I found for my body type, it was absolutely perfect. I'm able to get a full stretch. Maybe every now and then, if I'm getting a little too excited or just going too heavy and really stretching it out, I might feel the weights touch, but for the most part, I've never really had any issues, and I just like the motion of it. The lat bar that they send with it, it's not so bad. It's pretty good. It's, you know, maybe if I was slightly a little bit wider, it would have been nicer, but it's fine. I like that Body-Solid actually has a foam pad right in the middle where the bar may make contact with your chest. This is something I've never seen before, and I actually really liked it. I was like, oh, okay, this is not bad. But I generally like the high pulley. It is a 1-to-1 pulley ratio, so you're getting that full, you know, whatever weight you set it on, you're getting that full resistance on the other side when you're pulling. Now, moving down to the multi-press, I would say that this is the hallmark of this piece of equipment. This is the unit that they call the biangular press arms, meaning that the arms will actually move in, so you can get more of a squeeze in your pecs as you're going through the movement. Body-Solid has another unit called the Fusion F500, but in the F500, the press arms are just very standard arms that go forward and back. They don't come in closer like the biangular arms for that squeeze. One thing I like about the 500 that this doesn't have is that you're able to move the press arms all the way to the top and actually do standing military presses or push presses. And I used to be a big fan of that exercise. So would have been nice to be able to do that here, but because of the biangular movement of the press arms, you actually can't do it with the F600. Something that the F500 doesn't have as well is the dedicated row station, because they use the press arms, they set it on the other side and use that for your mid row as well. But going back to the press arms, this is really the hallmark of the unit here. I love the movement on this unit. I'd say it rivals what I see at the commercial gym. It is very smooth. I love that little squeeze in the end there as the arms kind of come in closer. It's not isolateral, so you can't use the arms independently. You have to use both of them at the same time. But one thing that I really like about this unit that you won't find at a commercial gym is that the adjustability. Most chest presses in a commercial gym, you could typically only adjust the seat up and down. I'm not going to say all of them, but most of them. Whereas with this unit, you can actually adjust the press arms, you can adjust the back of the seat, you can adjust kind of the incline and decline of the seat, and you can also adjust the seat base as well. So it's so much adjustability to make it fit you just right. I think with the pulley ratio, you're getting about 75% of the resistance when you put it on, when you select the weight. That's not too strange. At most gyms, it's very rare where you have a unit that will actually give you a 1-to-1 ratio, even with something like a lever gym or hammer strength. Now, going back here, they actually have Body-Solid ships this with a functional training arms that you could use to do cable crossovers. You could do flies. You could do chest press like cable presses, and even cable shoulder presses. I actually really like doing cable presses on this unit. I use that primarily for that. Every now and then I'll do cable crossovers, but I genuinely like the pressing feel with the cables. You could swing the arms down; they're adjustable, and you could do, either it's, whether it's lat raises, or you could do single arm bicep curls. You could do single arm tricep presses as well. I thought you could do seated rows, like close grip rows. I moved it all the way down to do cable rows, but because it is a 1-to-2 ratio, you're getting half of the resistance per side. I had to stack all the way to the bottom. I actually was doing rows and I ended up ripping the entire functional arm off completely. Body-Solid were great. They actually shipped me a brand new functional training arm. They didn't charge me for anything like that, which was awesome. It took a little bit of time because it was during the height of COVID, but I was surprised. I really didn't think they would actually ship it, but they did. It was great. So I was able to replace that. But I like it. It's fairly smooth. I'm noticing the cables getting a little bit of wear, so I'm getting a little bit of friction in the movement every now and then, but for the most part, it's totally fine. Now, moving to the mid-row station, the mid-row is actually, I like it a lot more than I thought I would. It feels very sturdy. It's giving you a 1-to-1 ratio when you're doing the row. That one is actually no complaint whatsoever. I like where I could actually put my hands and pull it back. The padding is quite nice. The grip handles are quite nice. You really have the option of just kind of putting it sort of a neutral grip in the sort of the bottom here, or you could do a wider grip up top. There's no real way to actually do an underhand grip, which I used to really like when I do rows, but I mean, I kind of adjusted to it pretty easily as well, so it's fine with that. And then moving from there to the leg extension and leg curl, I actually much prefer doing leg extensions and leg curls here in this unit than I do in my commercial gym. It is very sturdy. It is very smooth. The movement just feels right. Adjusting it just to fit me really well was absolutely awesome. The padding is thick and just it just feels really high quality, very commercial like. So I much prefer doing leg extensions and leg curls here. The pulley ratio is interesting on the leg extension and leg curl because I think with the leg extension, you're actually getting a 2-to-1 ratio, so it's flipped, so you're getting double the weight that you set. So it can get pretty heavy pretty fast, and I found myself like at times like just really struggling trying to push it. With the when you flip it over to the leg curl, it actually is a 1-to-2 ratio, so you're getting half of the resistance when you're doing it, which sort of makes sense. Most people are stronger when they're doing leg extensions than leg curls for that. But I absolutely love doing leg extensions, leg curls on this unit. In general, the quality of the like I said, the padding, the seat, it all feels very sturdy. Your grips here at the press arms, they feel a little bit softer than they would at a commercial gym. It's not so bad that it was so distracting, but it does feel it doesn't feel exactly the same, but it's fine. One thing I noticed is the leg rollers or leg holders for when you're doing lat pull downs. They're a little bit wider than what I would like them to be. I would have liked them a little bit closer, but I think with all that's going on back here with the functional arms, with the seat that's adjustable, they had to do it a little bit wider. So I find myself sitting up wider than I would. I will say this, note to Body-Solid, these end caps here for the leg rolls are extremely sharp. I have cut myself so many times getting in and out to do lat pull downs. The point that I actually won't do the exercise unless I'm wearing like thick sweatpants, because I've been bleeding on this so many times. And I'm like, all right, please smooth out the edges on these leg end caps here. The multi-press, like I said, this is the hallmark of this unit. Doing chest press on this is incredible. I don't personally do incline press because I have some shoulder issues, but doing standard chest press is awesome. Shoulder presses are interesting because you actually have to lean the seat forward and lean your whole body forward to actually get into the movement. It's okay. It takes a little bit to get used to. It focuses a lot more on your front delt than your mid delts, but as I said, I use this unit primarily as my main unit for some time, for almost a year, and it was totally fine. I mean, you get used to it. Your body adapts to it. It's okay. It's not the most kind of ergonomically friendly position to be in, but it's okay. Body-Solid ships out the unit with these plastic handles for the functional arms. They're not very good. I'll be honest, I actually broke them within like 2 weeks. I don't know if going too heavy or what, but it broke. So I ended up getting these metal handles from Body-Solid as well, and those were much better than when it actually comes out with. The unit comes with metal shrouds, like these 2 big, very sturdy metal shrouds that cover the weight. But I actually took them off just because I found it was very noisy. It created an echo chamber when I'm working out. I usually work out at 4 in the morning, so the little kids sleeping and all that, I wanted to be a little bit quieter. So I actually removed the metal shrouds completely. Overall, though, it is a great unit. I feel like, I've added more to my home gym, obviously to my garage gym. Still using this like pretty much every single day I'm using it. It got to the point that I just find excuses to just stay home and work out and not go to the commercial gym and use the units there. And even when I do go to the commercial gym, I'm like, wow, I wish I could adjust this a little bit more. Wish I could adjust the press arms or the angle of this, something like that. And I'm able to do this here with this unit. During COVID, when I was looking to buy, there actually weren't a lot of reviews on this piece of equipment. So I figured out, if somebody's looking to buy this, I'll do a full review here, and hopefully it helps you understand kind of more about the unit as well. So hope you liked this video. Hope you found it informative. Let me know in the comments. Also, if you have any questions about the unit, post them in the comments as well. I'll get back to you, and check out my other videos on the channel as well.